This is what I really hate about internet, business education. It's so gaslighty. This is incredibly gaslighty. Hey, what's going on, loungers? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mason T, and I'm a 20+ year importer and product developer. So it's not just the reseller gurus that I disagree with. There are other people that I disagree with as well, even in the upper echelons of business. Now, this is Brad Lea. Brad Lea was a genius back then as far as the way that he is selling education. Initially, he started off also in the automotive sector, where he is teaching a lot of car salesmen training modules. But he quickly realized that it's very limiting to train, one team at a time or one dealership at a time, and quickly they would forget. Instead, they needed something that could train them over and over again. So he developed the LightSpeed virtual training system. And basically what it became was that he white labeled the system where all sorts of companies could put their education into in order to train their employees. And that's mainly how he made the bulk of his money. Now, I just want you to see that the guy has been into, selling education and stuff. He has a course that goes for $5,000, and they've been doing it for so long that they've actually become quite out of touch with the way that they make money as well as their attitude about business. So I just want to hear what he has to say to this waiter.
Thank you both very much for coming in.
Let me ask you a question, my friend.
Yes.
What do you want as a tip?
What do I want? Well, I mean, of course you got the obnoxious answer was like $1 million, right? But whatever you think my service was worth. I'm not the one to determine that. I give you my best service, and then you determine that based on whatever you want it to be.
So whatever I want.
Whatever you would like, yeah. Whatever you want.
All righty.
But thank you both again for coming in. I'll see you around. Appreciate it. And enjoy the rest
Watch
of your
him
night.
work the camera now. It's the most absurd video I've ever seen.
So what's he getting?
Well, he almost got $1 million. I just gave him 100 though.
Of course.
Why? Why did he only get 100? Because I said, what do you want? And you knew ahead of time that I would have given him any amount that he said.
I just want you to see real quick, right, that for any of you out there who believe in the myth of, the black Amex card, etc., what he's holding in his hand is a platinum Amex card, okay? There's a lot of perks to a platinum Amex card, but it doesn't do what a black card can do, I'll tell you that. Plus, I'm going to explain very quickly why this whole thing is pure theater.
And he said, I could give you the obnoxious answer, which is $1 million.
Look at him try to make a lesson out of this. It's gross.
But I won't. I'll let you decide. Which cost him, in this case, $1 million. Well, actually, $999,990.
Look at him struggle.
Is what it cost him. He just cost himself $999,900.
This just cost him a ton of credibility that you can't subtract $100 from $1 million.
$999,900.
It just cost him $999,900. Because he's only getting 100. Why? Because he thought that answer was obnoxious.
I just want to show you guys the comments over here that I absolutely have to share, all right? So it says right here, right? This isn't generosity, it's arrogance, right? Rich people will play games with the poor. Bro was never tipping 1 mil, right? like this everybody's saying he was never going to be tipped $1 million. But do you know the real reason why he's not going to get tipped $1 million? Not because this is theater, not because of any of those things, but you can't. That's the problem. Do you know how many alarms you would trip for tipping $1 million? The truth is, all the money that we earn is an illusion where it belongs to us. Actually, once the transaction is large enough, the government immediately wants to know, are they getting screwed out of their cut? Because you can't just transfer wealth like that willy-nilly out of, like, you know, a restaurant, you know, a check and a tip. Because if you could do that, rich people would find ways to transfer, you know, money to each other through tipping culture, okay? So that's going to trip so many alarms. You're going to have so many alphabet departments come down on you, the IRS, everybody, for doing something like this. So don't even try to flip this into some kind of a life lesson or teaching or money kind of thing or whatever. It's not possible. And nobody who actually has this kind of money in their right mind would attempt this because they know what would happen. You think that money belongs to you? Ultimately, all the money that we earn belongs to the government. So when we move it around, they want to know how much we're moving and why. When you buy a home, when you buy a car, if they do a credit check, when they do all these things, you better believe that there's a paper trail and there is monitoring of that. Yes, you get to control the money and then say like what you get to buy, but you have to answer for it. That's what I mean by ultimately all the money that we earn in this country, it's not really your money, You see what I'm saying? So all rich people understand this. I don't see how you would try to spin this. And then this is what I really hate about internet, you know, business education. It's so gaslighty. This is incredibly gaslighty that you're going to try to make some kind of teaching lesson out of this. This is just absurd. Listen to the rest of what he has to say as he moves into entitlement.
My question was simple. What do you want? He should have just said it. I'd love $1 million tip. But let's be honest, I'm quite thankful he didn't.
The only way you're giving somebody a random $1 million tip is if you had like a couple of gold bars in your pocket. Just here you go. Here's a big fat bullion for you. Like what are you talking about? How are you supposed to do this? There's a reason why, you know, you need a whole bunch of witnesses to get like a cashier's check. What are you talking about?
Let's roll.
So I ended up giving him $100. You know,
so folks,
what normally flies under the radar.
Basis. I highly suggest you find yourself a Fleming's, get yourself a tuna poke.
At the end of the day, he's just at a Fleming's. It's like a Ruth's Chris. It's just like, it's like you know, slightly upper end of your average chain. It's still just a typical chain. What are you flexing?
Blue cheese wedge, New York strip, and little berries and cream for dessert. And waiters, if you're watching this, when somebody asks you, what do you want as a tip, say it. And folks, in anything, whatever you do, you cannot be afraid to ask for what you want. And you can't think it's obnoxious. You got to think you deserve it. So ask for it and expect it. And if it still isn't coming, then get pissed off and demand it.
Are you kidding me? Okay, listen. I recommend, okay, any of these guys between him and Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins and Dan Locke, all these things, just for the mindset portion of being an entrepreneur. That's it. That's it. Nothing further than that. Just to have the right attitude to be a go-getter. But ultimately, the activities that you practice still have to be good strategy. They still have to be compounding exercises. They still have to lead somewhere. And ultimately, it's not this kind of delusional nonsense, right? What makes this delusional is I often teach the difference between planning and strategy. Treat it this way, okay? Strategy is when you sit down at the poker table and the cards are dealt and you're going to quickly find out what works and definitely what doesn't work. Planning is just what you decided to wear to the poker table. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? It's fantasy. It's nice. It's just fun planning. You get to control that part. But what you don't control is the strategy portion. So you're going to quickly find out what you are worth to the market. It's one thing for Alex Hormozy to charge people thousands of dollars. It's another thing for you to just, get angry and demand it and just, take my piece of advice. This is so reductive and so overly simplistic. And plus the whole life teaching lesson of him and how clickbaity this is of waiter loses $1 million tip. It was never going to happen. You can't do stuff like this unless you're trying to get swatted. Are you serious? You're just going to have, so many agencies come down on you for writing $1 million tip. And then, they want you to explain what do you mean by this? Plus, immediately the credit card is just going to get tripped immediately, right? It's just going to stop. They're going to be like, what is this nonsense? The manager is going to see this ticket that says $1 million tip on it, and he's going to be like, what is this? Is this some kind of joke? There's no way something like this is going through anyways. So why gaslight the general public with this kind of nonsense? That's what I really dislike about all these, social media gurus and stuff like that. Even your lessons are just completely out of touch. They're not, rooted in real world circumstances. Oh, well, he didn't ask for it. Poor Jimmy. You know what I mean? You're talking like you're Bruce Wayne. Are you serious? Anyways, guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big like. And if you learned something, please consider subscribing. As always, I'll see you guys in the next. Take care.